Where do you find these stories? Where do you find these stories? In Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Find any King James version of the Bible and see this. Yeah? Is this the kind of message you want to... Subhanallah, if my man does something secret, he's not even going to tell me. Even though this my friend, he comes to Bradford, he drives me here, he ain't going to tell me what he did. Because he wants to keep it secret. Yeah? Can you imagine now, I mistakenly walk up this aisle here, just give every one of these sisters one kiss each. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry man. Is this what you want to teach your children? No, we don't want to teach this. People are ashamed of this. David Cameron said in two Prime Minister's questions 2 Wednesdays ago, he goes, we will not hire Jack Hoon because to smear the wives of politicians. Even in the House of Commons and Lords, they can't accept these kind of speech. Smearing, just smearing. Is this where you want to follow these kind of messages? Do we want to attribute these to God's messengers? It doesn't make sense to me. Even if you do your secret practice, subhanAllah, no one will come and tell me, I'm being a naughty boy today, you know. No, these things, how can you mistakenly do these kind of crimes? How can you mistakenly do these kind of crimes? Do you think you pull off these stunts in the UK? So you walk up to a sister who has a niqab, and then you had intercourse with her, and then you say, you know what, I'm really sorry, Her Majesty just put you in prison for the rest of your life. Because if you only think about molestation, it's 3 to 4 years imprisonment. Then if you do a rape, then it's 7 years imprisonment. And not only this, they will put you on the sex offenders register for the rest of your life you live in the UK. Is this what you want invitation to the people of the world? Is this what you want to go teach your children? Is this the message of God? We need to really think, subhanAllah. These could never be the message because messengers are inspired, truly divine. They receive a message that is divine. A message that was great. Why do I want to leave Hinduism from worshipping Shiva and Ramakrishna and Shiva Lingam and worship every kind of stones to come to Islam to worship graves? Why do I want to worship graves? I could still be a Hindu and worship stones. I don't need to come to Islam and wear a nice robe and come and make a big show. I don't need to speak to some kind of individual that's hiding behind the scene because he is a big baba that controls jinns and he writes taweez. Did the Prophet used to carry taweez around his foot and his arms and his private? Did the Prophet used to pay 400 quid for one stupid paper with some writing, taweez? Are we idiots or we are jokers? Or maybe we are losers? Why do I want to wear a paper that has a few writing? I can write this and I can sell this for 200 quid. I don't need 400. In fact, I can do this for a tenner anyone wants it. Is that the way of the messengers? Is this the way of Muslim? Did you ever hear Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Abu Hurairah, Ibn Mas'ud, Abdullah, and the rest of these companions, thousands of companions, tens of thousands of companions wearing taweez on their neck and worshipping stones and worshipping graves? They had a message. What was this message then? قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُمْ مِنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ. Every single one of them had one common message. They had one common methodology. Not everyone had a different path. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ, O mankind, O brethren, O people, O insan, O my buddies, O my friends, O my relatives, worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ, you have got no other God other than Him. You cannot worship any Baba. You cannot worship any grave, no angel. You cannot worship Uzair, Jesus. Jesus used to go to the washroom like me. And he used to pass urine and stool like me. Why do I want to worship him? Jesus used to eat food and hungry like me. I might as well worship Noah because you know why? He built a massive big ship. Because he's stronger. I might as well worship Moses because he had a stick to turn his whole university into a massive diamond. Haha, big joke. Why do I want to worship prophets then? Muslims don't worship nothing. They worship God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't worship angels and jinns. We don't worship our wives. So when she tells you to shave your beard, you don't have to. So you don't have to look like her. Because there can't be two men in the same house. And there can't be two women in the same house as well. It's one man and one woman, yes or no? So here we need to get right. We need to understand the message. Quran. Now, if we don't want to follow these, if I don't want to say, you know what, I had intercourse with this one and this one and this one, and then I had problems with this wife, and then my brother did this to that one, and then my uncle did this to my nephew. If you don't want these kind of crimes, these things, this is haram in Islam, then what's the alternative then? The Quran. The Quran. And the Quran, you can change anything you want, but the Quran will remain until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides the amr. This Quran is noble. This Quran is miraculous. This Quran is amazing. This Quran is the best. This Quran is a book where you can find millions of Muslims memorize this book from age 4 years old, 5 years old. The people haven't even agreed on which is the right Bible, never mind to memorize this Bible. There is no pope in the face of this earth who says, I memorize this Bible. Because they haven't even agreed which is the right version, never mind to memorize it. But you have this Quran, millions. This Quran is even on my iPhone. It's everywhere you can find this Quran. You don't have to say, I need to go and do a course at Sheffield, Hallam University, how to find Quran. You can find it everywhere. So then the answer lies in the Quran. If you want to be a true Muslim and a good Muslim, and a Muslim who's not deviating, wayward, and you just follow your Papa G's, and you follow your Mama G's, and you follow your Uncle G, and your Chacha G, and your Nana G's, and your Pupus, and your Mumus, and Tutus. You don't want to follow no one. You want to get back to the source. I mean, well, not this iPhone. But you need to get back to the Quran. You need to understand what's this message. Rabbul Alameen will not line up. Guys with BAs in science, first row. And you guys in BA in technology, next row. And the sisters with the BAs in social care, loving care, loving honey, sweet baby care, come forward, next row. Everyone go to Jannah. If that's the way Jannah is, if that's the way Jannah is, I don't want to pray, bro. I want to join you guys. I want to just come and join you lot, and we all hold hands and we shake hands and just chill out, smoke a few cigarettes. Ganja, you know what's ganja? Smoke a few ganja. Bob Marley leaves. white powder, spliff and the rest of it. That's Latin Guyana, and Robi community Guyana. And I'm not doing any trading anymore. South America, Guyana is next to Brazil, Venezuela, and Suriname is in Latin America. So when I was 21 years old, I just went to Medina. I spent 8 years. I graduated 10, 11 years ago, and then I came to the UK 4 years now. You got that? At age 21, I went to Medina, spent 8 years. I graduated 11 years ago, and then I spent 6 years in Guyana after graduation, and then 4 years in the UK. How old am I now?
23.
Those who like math. 1 quid for you. What did you say?
39.
25. 1,000.
I'm 25 years old. Quran is amazing, Habibi. This Quran is really amazing. This Quran has thousands of Muslims are memorizing this Quran, even though they sit in little sheds and they sit in Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran and Palestine and everywhere. They sit without food. There's no electricity. There's no roads. There is nothing for these guys. Just sit there and memorize this book because Robert Alamin blessed them and know that's the way out. You see, when you think that success lies in a degree and wear my Adidas and wear my TJ huge pants and my jeans over there, my Nike and my, what's the boot's name, bro? Yeah? That's the way, so you measure things you measure things based on what you think. So my sister up there with the blue khimar, she thinks that's the best one in Sheffield. Yeah, because that's what she values. She likes it. Yeah? So our value of things doesn't necessarily mean that was perceived. Because when the boy, the king and the sorcerer, when he wanted his king say to the boy, why are you not worshipping me? He goes, no, I'm worshipping Allah alone. He goes, is there Allah other than me? You have to be learning a lesson, boy. It's no good speech for me today. Who taught you this? So then he pressured him, and they found the priest who taught him the message. He saw the priest's head in half. The boy, the sorcerer, the king, the boy, and the sorcerer is a story. You can find this in the Noble Quran. Grab any Quran, you read this whole story. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد. So Allah subhanahu, this king, when he was about to try to kill this boy, he couldn't. So he sent him on the top of the mountain, and then the boy goes, Ya Allah, do whatever you want. So the mountain shook, and then they all died, and he came back into the palace. The king goes, where are my men? He goes, they're dead. He goes, fine, send him to the middle of the sea, and then he went out to the middle of the sea, and then the ship was wrecked, and the little boy came back. He goes, what's happening to my men? He goes, they're dead. Then the boy goes, no, you will not be able to kill me unless you do what I say. Tie me in that tree over there, take my arrow and say, Bismillahi wa Rabbil Ghulam. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Lord of this boy. And then he said it and he killed the boy. He shot him in the temple. Then the whole generation, because the boy made a covenant with the king, you need to bring this whole dunya. Bring this whole dunya and then let them witness what's happening. Everyone came, and when everyone saw what's happening in the story, they said, you know what? This is nice, we like this. I'm a Muslim, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Muslim. Everyone became a Muslim. The king became so annoyed that he says, you know what? He made massive trench and he lit massive, huge, tremendous, immense heat in this fire. And he ordered every single Muslim to go into this fire. Do you think they're losers? Do you think the people in Guantanamo Bay are losers? Those who are innocent. Abu Ghraib. Do you think those people who were put by the authorities into secret camps and they're killed and they're tortured, you think they're losers? You think they're losers? Wallahi, we don't know. Because you know why? We're too busy. I have to pay off my HSBC bank account. I need to set right my NatWest before these guys come running after me. I need to set right the finance on my car. I need to pay my mortgages. I need to help my dad because he's ill now. We're too busy. I need my degree. I have to submit my coursework.